Coming up on this week's Falcon Fever. Ready to run? hosted the Falcon Classic last weekend. Find out how the teams did, plus find out which runner was named the PBC Runner of the Week.
Plus, we catch up with men's soccer head coach Bruce Dietterle. Hear his thoughts about the season and what's next for the Falcons.
And you guys know what time it is. It's almost time for basketball to tip off. Women's basketball head coach Hilbrich stops by our studio to preview the Falcons' upcoming season.
And nothing but net. See how UM's coaching staff is enjoying some friendly competition on the hardwood. Falcon Fever starts now. Hello and welcome to Falcon Fever. I'm Lauren Altaffer.
And I'm Chloe Allen. Thanks so much for joining us. It's time to lace up your running shoes. We're getting things started with some big news out of cross country today. Starting things off, it was an exciting weekend for both the Montevallo men and women's cross country teams.
Yes, it was. Rather than traveling hours away to compete in a meet, the Falcons got to stay at home while the competition came to them. Falcon Fever's Sydney Fields has our story.
On October 18th, the University of Montevallo hosted its annual Falcon Classic. The men started their race behind the baseball field, and it continued around the University Lake. There were 16 men's teams with 130 individuals competing. Sophomore Donnie Barnes was the first Falcon to cross the finish line, placing 11th overall, missing the top 10 by only 4 seconds. The men finished 8th overall on their home course, which is one of the more challenging courses in the PBC.
There are many things that separate Montevallo's course from every other course, one of which is the hills, which is what both men and women said was the most difficult part of the course.
We have a reputation for this course to have a lot of hills. I think there's 20 in all.
The women's race had 19 teams competing with 162 individuals. Freshman Katie Nelson not only came in 6th place overall, but she has also been named the PBC Runner of the Week for the 3rd time this season. Although she brought home many individual awards, she remains confident in her team.
It was a tough course, but I think our team is only going to get faster and we're only going to improve from here.
Freshman Cece Millsaps placed 8th overall and says that winning for the team is what keeps her motivated.
It was big for us to represent Montevallo and go out there and just show them who owns the course and everything.
And the winning team with 58 points, Montevallo.
The women's dominant performance on the course earned them another team championship, the 3rd out of the last 4 races. Reporting for Falcon Fever, I'm Sydney Fields.
This race served as a preview of the NCAA Division II Southeast Region Championship race, which will also be held at Montevallo November 22nd.
Now let's trade in those running shoes for some soccer cleats. The regular soccer season is heading into its home stretch.
Falcon Fever's Kirsten Roberts caught up with men's head coach Bruce Dietterle to talk about the season and what's next for the team.
Thank you so much, Coach Dietterle, for letting us interview you today, and we want to say congratulations on your 2nd season here at Montevallo. The first question is, how's the season so far? Like, in your own words, how can you describe the season?
The season this year has been a little frustrating, just basically because we have a lot of talent. I don't think the bounces have gone our way. We've worked hard, we've done the prep, we've done the repetition, but just some of the little things aren't really going the way we'd like it to. And that's the sport we play. It's not football where you can control every down. It's not basketball where I can call plays. It's just frustrating because we're a good side. We just haven't had the results go our way.
Okay. What are some of the aspects that you think have led you guys to this point of a 3-3-2 season?
We're in conference 3-3-2, and then we have 6 wins overall. I think the priority is just defending well. We haven't really gotten blown out in games. It's our offense that's a little bit lacking. We've had some spot goals here and there from good players, from upperclassmen and young guys, but I think it's been our defending that's been the success thus far. Really, one of the staples is the almost all brand new back 5, including our goalkeeper, Yana Korn.
If there's one thing that you think that the team needs to improve on, what would it be?
Finishing. It's real simple. We normally score probably around 45, 50 goals a year. We're not even going to come close to that. And it's not due to opportunities. We've had the opportunities, just little things. Go back to the bounces have gone our way. Keepers have gotten fingers to balls, pushed them over, or we just haven't tried to slot balls in the corners and just kind of blast them. So without a doubt, finishing, putting balls in the back of the net.
All right, and the last question, well, the second to last question, what are some of the rituals that you alone, or maybe the team, that you guys do to kind of prepare for a game?
Rituals. I'm not really a superstitious guy. I don't believe so much in that. So I wouldn't say that we have rituals. I believe that we have preparation, and we do our scouts the same way. We do the day before games the same way. That's kind of just the practice sessions. I'm sure the guys have some odd ones that they do. I mean, I did when I was a player, but I've gotten away from that, realizing that preparation and repetition are really what's a successful thing happen on the team.
Our athletics program takes pride in recruiting exceptional players, and sometimes they go as far as crossing an ocean to find them. Falcon Fever's correspondent Haley Myers has more on some members of the men's soccer team that are transitioning to life in Montevallo.
Ever wonder why international students come across the pond? I'm here today with Sergio Gonzalez, Yannick Horn, and Jeffrey Hessenberger, and they're giving us some insight on what it's like to be an international student here at Montevallo. So could you guys tell me a little bit on how your transition was from moving from overseas to the United States?
First of all, I mean, I think all of us was very excited to come over here because it's a new experience, a whole different life. So it was good to see something new, yeah, and everybody of us was very exciting.
Well, I know all of us were playing in a really high level in our respective countries, and then the recruiting videos that we did were pretty good. So I think we all have that in common, and coming to the U.S. with the objective of doing a great season here is the reason why we're here.
Right. And did moving here meet any of like your expectations? Like, was there any surprises when you moved here? Something that, you know, kind of caught you off guard in a sense?
I think before I came here, I expected TS like being very, very big, and that expectation was the expectation was there, and it was obviously like it was everything was very big in the US, but before I never visited Montevallo before, so when I came here, like it was so small, this Montevallo, there's nothing to do really, so I was like kind of disappointed because I expected more. So yeah, Yannick, what do you think?
Yeah, it's almost the same by me. When I came here, because I visited the US before, I expected also everything big, but I like the school, I like everything around here. I think it's not a bad point about here because we can put the focus on our sport and on our school, so we have nothing like what can affect us. So that's a good point about here, I think, because of our education and all that stuff, and to put the focus on our success as a team.
Well, for me, it was a big change in culture because people here is very different to what I expected. Also, the place where I didn't first come here, but I came to Florida, so it was very different to come out to Alabama after. So it was a big change, but what they say is true. Like the fact that there's not too many distractions made us focus more in soccer, and that's what we're here for.
So kind of going back off of that, did any of your habits change coming over here, like your academic habits as far as like how you study or even like how you perform on the field? Is it different from being, you know, back at home playing soccer or football, I suppose?
Well, the style of soccer that is played here is very different. I know Yannick and Jeff can support me in that. It's very different. The style is way stronger, is way faster. So I know all of us had to adjust to that type of game, and for me that was the hardest part.
Do you want to say something? Okay.
Additional to that, I can say that the soccer, how it's played here, is way different than especially in Germany, where Jeff and I are from. And we have to like learn how to play here and to like playing the same style of soccer, because that's the only way we can have success as a team.
Okay, and my last question is, coming to Alabama, obviously, Sergio, you came to Florida first, but how does the Alabama weather, the brutal heat, the humidity, how does that affect your performance? Does it change your performance, or did it like make it difficult at all, or was it an easy transition?
No, not at all. Like I expected, in Germany we have heat as well, but the Alabamian heat is something so different, because you step on the field and you play like for 45 minutes, and it's so exhausting just because of the heat. So you have to adjust to the heat, because you can't just run all the time full speed, because otherwise you will lose all your power and you can't play the second half. So it's very difficult. And also the weather's over here, it changes very quick. So many many practices get cancelled because of storming and lightning, and yeah, that's not good. But I mean, it's the weather, you can't change it.
Well, actually, for me, it was a very big change, because where I'm from is very close to the equator. So there's no really high temperatures or really low. So every time it starts getting cold, it's very hard for me to play in the cold. And at first, last year, the first time I did it, it was awful. But you start getting used to either to the heat or to the cold, and you start getting used to all these changes. Of course, it's difficult to play in conditions that you don't know, but it makes you better as a player.
For me as a goalkeeper, it doesn't affect me at all, because I don't have to run that much.
All right, well, thank you so much, the three of you. The men play again this weekend, Friday at 4:30 p.m. against Alabama Huntsville. I'm Haley Myers reporting for Falcon Fever.
For more information about the men's soccer team, you can follow them on Twitter. Just search for @UMSoccer. You can also like their Facebook page. All you have to do is search University of Montevallo Men's Soccer.
We are now just a few weeks away from the start of basketball season, and let me tell you, the campus is already buzzing about it. The athletics department hosted its annual Midnight Madness earlier this month, and Falcon Fever's Jolene Hanna has our story.
Freddie the Falcon, raffle drawings, and basketball shooting contests can only mean one thing at the University of Montevallo: Midnight Madness. Every year, the university holds the event to mark the Falcons' return to the hardwood.
The players are back on the court, and everyone's gearing up for an exciting season of UM basketball.
And for the next few months, it's going to be nothing but net. Ryan May is a senior starter for the men's basketball team, who are ranked 4th in the preseason Division II bulletin poll.
We got to just really work hard and keep grinding and keep pushing, because anything is fair game now. It's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Also returning to the court from last year's starters are Larry Slaughter, Shaquem Jackson, and last year's PBC Player of the Year, Teron Brown. May says the team has big expectations this year.
But this year we're more hungry. We want to get deeper into the tournament, and that's our ultimate goal: win the conference tournament, get to the Elite Eight.
After the fun and games of Midnight Madness, the Falcons will spend the next few weeks getting back into the swing of things. UM Athletic Director Mark Richards says the team will enter heavy and rigorous training to prepare for the upcoming season.
They got to get through the preseason grind, and it's a lot of running and hard work and diving for balls and shooting, and it wears on the student athletes mentally and physically.
The first home game for the Falcons will be held November 24th at 7 in the evening. This is Jolene Hanna reporting for Falcon Fever.
With the start of basketball season right around the corner, women's head coach Cindy Hilbrich is making sure that her team is ready to hit the court.
Coach Hilbrich stopped by our studio earlier today to talk with Falcon Fever's Amos Hollenhead about the upcoming season. Take a look.
Hey there, Falcon faithful. This is Amos Hollenhead with Falcon Fever, and we're doing an interview with Coach Cindy Hilbrich about their heading into their season. And my first question to you, Coach Hilbrich, is, after a tough stretch last season, what's the team's mindset heading into this new opportunity of a new season?
Well, the team's been working really hard, and I think a lot of what happened last year is in the back of our minds. We did struggle a little bit last year, but we lost a lot of close games. I think maybe 8 games by 5 or 6 points or less. And so we're really working hard to make sure that we win those games this year, working on more of a balanced attack, making sure we're in better shape, and just really working better together as a team.
Yeah, just all about finishing each game and just coming to and, you know, just watching them play, it was like they played hard every game, and you know, it's really tough trying to get out of those losses and recover from those. And speaking of that, after losing players like, you know, Shea Bonner and others, which players are looking to step up and lead the team this season too, like possibly like building on, you know, things that they built on last season?
Well, we have a strong group of returners. We have 7 returners. Carrington Case is our lone senior, so we're definitely looking to her to step up. She's also our point guard, and with our point guards, we expect them to be leaders. So Case really needs to step up for us this year, and she's been doing a great job of that so far. We have 5 returning juniors, and each one has their own special role. So we're looking to all of them to step up as well. And then Ellie is our lone sophomore. And she only has 1 year of experience, but she's done a great job as well. She understands what we expect. And like I said, each of them are their leaders in their own individual ways.
Awesome. And Carrington Case is the only senior on the team this year?
She is. Yep, she's our only senior.
Oh, man. So it's just great to have everybody just leading the team together as a unit, right?
Yes,
awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome. Awesome. And coming into your 4th season as Montevallo's head coach, what are your goals and expectations for the team now?
Well, for the team right now, you know, like we just talked about, coming off of a tough year, we're really looking to be positive this year. Like I mentioned earlier, we're working hard. We're working together as a team. We want to have more of a balanced attack on offense and just have more contributors across the board.
Okay. And how would you like to see, you know, UM students support the women's team this year?
Oh, I would love it. You know, if y'all could come out and help us out at every home game, we need everybody out there cheering us on. We really do appreciate the support, and I know that our team appreciates the support, and we like to support other teams as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Coach.
for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And thank you. And Falcons begin exhibition play against Georgia State November 6th. I'm Amos Hollandhead with Falcon Weaver with Coach Cindy Hilbrich.
We want to say a special thank you to Coach Hilbrich for stopping by. We reached out to the men's team head coach, Danny Young, for an interview, but we weren't able to talk with him before showtime.
And basketball fever continues as the Falcons gear up for their return to the court next month. I caught up with one of the men's basketball players after practice to discuss how the team is looking so far in the preseason. I'm here with Larry Slaughter. He is a senior forward on the men's basketball team. Tell me, what are some of your expectations for the season this year? I know it's preseason, y'all are just getting warmed up, but what are your expectations?
Last year we went to the Sweet 16. This year I'm looking to make it further. That's really all I can ask for. Everybody come out and work and get it all. So.
And you have 3 freshmen on the team, correct? And what are you guys doing to welcome them into the team and to make sure that they're out there doing what they need to do and reading the plays and getting the ball down the court?
On their all time, if they ask, then we show them the plays, help them go over their playbook. On the court, when they mess up, we just talk to them, try not to get in their head too much because we know they're new and it was once us, so just help them the best we can.
And you guys have a pretty big lineup coming this season, so walk me through your process. What are you guys mentally doing to prepare yourself?
Mentally, we just got to come to practice every day and be focused, be ready to play. Everybody knows their job. Everybody got to do their job.
The Falcons are set to tip off their preseason play against the University of Alabama in the preseason opener on November 10th.
Even though it's not quite time for UM's basketball teams to start playing, coaches and staff in the athletic department are already hitting the hardwood. Falcon Fever reporter and women's basketball team member Carrington Case introduces us to UM's Noon Ball League.
Around 12 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays, some of the athletic department puts a hold on their day's work to come out and play what they call noon ball. Assistant men's basketball coach Nathan Kennedy is the founder of Noon Ball, and he has been able to get all different types of sports coaches, administrators, and even athletic trainers of the department to participate.
The new athletic director, Mark Richard, we started playing around in the gym a couple days a week, playing 2-on-2, 1-on-1. He said, let's start up a Noon Ball League. So we started sending out emails to everybody on the athletic department, inviting them to come play Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 o'clock on their lunch break.
Shocker, how many actually came?
We had 15 people.
Noon Ball has been able to provide the athletic department with some exercise twice a week that they usually are unable to get. Some say that Noon Ball is...
It's very convenient.
Super convenient.
Super convenient.
Obviously the gym is right there, so when it's time to play, don't have far to go. Your mind's right because you're in the environment all day long, so super convenient.
Others find it very enjoyable.
Enjoy it thoroughly. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 12 on how much I enjoy it.
Teardrop. The athletic department has a great time together and continues to play Noon Ball every Tuesday and Thursday when they can, and most of them can say it's the highlight of their day.
It is the most exciting part of my day on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Hands down, Noon Ball is the best part of my day on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
It's definitely the most exciting part of my day. Yeah, I look forward to it. I come every Tuesday and with Thursday prepared, I have my bag. I just kind of, I'm working in the morning, but I'm always watching that clock, just waiting for it to.
That was Carrington Case reporting. And with word getting out about Noon Ball games, Athletics says more people are coming out to watch their favorite coaches shoot some hoops. Remember, you can catch more Falcon Fever on YouTube and on social media.
To see current and past episodes of Falcon Fever, including extended interviews with players and coaches, just go to YouTube and subscribe to the Montevallo For You channel.
And for Falcons news and updates, just search for Falcon Fever on Facebook and follow @Falcon Fever on Twitter and Instagram.
And last but not least, you can get extended sports coverage 24/7 on MontevalloFalcons.com. There you'll find schedules, team rosters, live stats, and more.
And that's all the time we have for this week's show.
Thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to tune in again next time. And go Falcons!